Happy New Year, everyone. This is a strange intro to a video because it's filmed about 3 or 4 weeks after the video actually occurred. Yeah, stop staring at me. Yeah, we've been having some issues with the WestBus. We've been doing some bits in the workshop. So yeah, let me throw you back to just before Christmas, where this video began, and we'll go from there.
It's been 2 weeks and 3 cars since then. I nearly fell over this then.
Fucking gigantic thing. Did a grand job. Hello, welcome to another episode. We're just filming a little video just a week before Christmas. So we're just gonna film and have a little tidy up, a little sort out, ready to go on our Christmas break. The workshop is in an absolute state. We want to paint the floor. But also, over the Christmas break, we'll probably be getting on with a few bits and bobs. Are you doing some Navarro over Christmas?
Will be.
So there may be a video over on the Dropbox Customs YouTube channel. If you don't realise, we do have another YouTube channel that's not just transporters, it's for other stuff. Jack's currently building this Navara, which is, the rest of it's over there. Yeah, that's what's gonna occur.
Big mash up.
Mash up! Yeah! So we've been painting little bits in stages, haven't we? We're sort of like making a plan so that when we paint Friday, we can still leave. So we can turn lights off and stuff. Problem is we forget that our office lights are there. So, we managed to turn them off last night, but we've got to turn them on again this morning. So I'm going to set you up on the tripod and show you how we do. How we do.
We'll try to do it right now. No, we got it. Good man.
What, you're up to this side? No, wait! I'm not ready. I don't need to turn that on. I don't need to turn that on. Oh no!
still ripping process.
It's too fat.
We need to modify the tools.
Yeah.
So modify the light switch tool. We ready to go again?
Yeah.
You good?
Go again.
Oh, you're not good!
Fucking let him. I've got you.
You did? The screw is the one. We're good. The lights are on. Well done. Only took 6.5 minutes.
God.
Hello. You joined me in mid-carpentry. Now, a lot of the things we do on this channel, you will probably watch this and go, wow, they're so talented, they're so amazing, they can weld, they can cut metal. Now I'm going to do something with wood and you can go, wow, these guys are f***ing idiots. Because I'm sure a lot of you are carpenters watching this. We are not carpenters. What I'm doing here, so this is our kitchen. I've got a lot of wasted space in our kitchen because we've just got, follow me. Speed that bit up. So we've got a little run of kitchen here, and then we just had this sort of wasted space where stuff gets dumped. So what I'm doing is taking that section of stud wall and bringing it back to here, this point here, which will then, but leave that end wall on, which will give us an alcove, and leave a bit of ceiling on as well, so that'll give us an alcove. And then in the alcove, we're going to build my toolbox in and some cupboards in. So there'll be a worktop in there, along, maybe some top cupboards, some lights coming down. So this will be more the area then to work on this ramp. And gives me space to park the split screen over there as well. Because previously you may have seen how our worktop setup was over there, and everything was just exposed.
It was not good.
And it was, yeah, it looked messed up. So yeah, just sort of doing some bits before we go away for Christmas. I say go away for Christmas, we're not going anywhere.
No.
We'll be here.
Yeah, finishing this.
Finishing this.
I am currently rearranging. Oh shit! I'm currently rearranging the shop. So, used to be some seats and things over here, and then the counter was over that end. But what we're going to do instead is have displays all up there, some sort of unit, the coffee table and things that end, and then this end we're going to put the counter back in, and that will be our new office, so we can just work in here, freeing up the office in the back so we can use it for storage for the clothing, merch, all that sort of stuff. But other than that, we haven't done anything exciting yet. We'll keep going with this.
Hello, future Chris.
A wonderful state of affairs. I broke it down. I believe, from breaking down on the side of the road, I believe I have fueling issues. I reckon I probably poured a load of shit through the tank into the filter. The filter's probably blocked. Possibly. The tank was really dirty when we got it. We were able to clean out one half and then one side, and then the other side when we cut it open. Big section in the middle that we weren't able to clear out. So I have a feeling that it's pulled a load of hoof through and clogged the filter. Yeah, driving along, and then I had to accelerate quite hard, and then it sort of like was losing power, but not like a boost losing power. It was like, felt like no fuel and no air. Took the air filter off, tried that, that won't go again. It's really struggling to start, but now I've sort of killed the battery. Trying to start it, so we shall await recovery. Never mind, these things happen. Get it back to the workshop, get a fuel filter tomorrow. I think that's it anyway. Like I said, I don't know. I'll update you tomorrow when we get back to the workshop and try. So recovery guys here. I'll just notice this trail of liquid, which smells to me like diesel. So I guess we may have another issue. Who knows? It's not how I was expecting this week to go. Right, Jack's not in yet. I just had a quick nosy underneath. It's wet underneath around the fuel lines, like the connections where the cooler was. So I guess it's leaking from somewhere around there, possibly. What I'm going to do right now is, because Jack isn't here and I need to be able to flick the ignition, which will prime the pump, so hopefully that'll squirt out somewhere. I also need to look at it. I'll set you up with my eyes and ears around about that area somewhere. I'm just looking for a torch for you so you can see what we're doing. So if you could not let me down, that'd be great. I'll go inside, prime the pump. If you just sit still and keep an eye on that area for me, that'd be great. Oh, wait a minute. Looking down the front there. What's going on? Right, what we got going on here then? We got this piercing out here. I don't know what that is, it's leaking. I can't actually see that. Have I just blown the arse out of the fuel filter or what? Quite possibly. I can't see anything else down there that... Two lines going in seam, alright? The two lines going out seem alright. I guess we better take this apart and see what's going on. I've ordered another filter. This is the fuel filter, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Who doesn't know transports and stuff. Yeah, fuel filters here. So you got line in, which I believe is the black one. Then obviously goes off to the pump, and you've got your return goes off as well.
Right, I'm gonna pull that out. Have a look. I said I've ordered another filter. That'll be here this afternoon. This is good fun, isn't it? It'd be nice if it was just that filter that's actually, you know, just randomly rotted out and exploded. Because that'd mean it's nothing to do with what I've done. Well, might be. I don't know. Alright, let's get it off. Alright, that's that off. Let's see what's going on with it. It's hard to see what's going on with it because I don't actually have another one to compare it against. So, I don't mind, there's a hole there. Well, that's weird. It's a weird hole. Look at that. Yeah, straight away. Leaking out that hole there. So now I need to find out why it was leaking out that hole. I don't know, not why it was leaking out of that hole. What caused that hole? Another one there. No. Either way, something's causing some issues around the bottom here. I just chucked it. Diesel everywhere, look. Cool. No. I can't stand it anyway without leaking. So as I am now a detective, so that there corresponds to here, right? I took pictures of that before I took it off. That was this front edge, right? So it was that metal bracket there, that green thing there. It's slowly been rubbing, I guess, over a long period of time, and that's caused it to burst. Weird. Anyway, we're still busy making a mess in here. The WestBus works again, by the way. New fuel filter on. You know, one without holes in the bottom of it, and secured down nicely. Yeah, that works. So battery's on charge, so I can actually make it home, hopefully. I've been making my workbench. Look at that. It's coming along nicely. Another coat of paint. Still not sure whether to leave that open to put stuff on or whether to put doors on it. I don't know, I'll decide. So yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. Again, there's still plenty of decisions to make. I don't know whether I might put some downlighters in there, block off that end to sort of finish it, put another length of worktop on top of the fridge. Not sure, but it's going to make my life a lot easier and nicer, because now I've got a nice split screen sized parking space over there. Let's go see what Consuela is up to. Up to you, Consuela.
Oh, I no can clean.
No, you're not clean. Jack's having fun. He's been rearranging the... What are we calling this? The shopfuss? The shopfuss? The shopfuss. If you've ever visited like our transporters, you know we got the shop, but it was always not really a shop, was it? It was kind of just a bit of a dumping ground. So we're trying to make it a little bit more shoppy, but also our office. So that now that back room is going to become just sort of permanent storage for the majority of merch and parts and stuff. So it'll be locked. But that'll be like the packing area and storeroom. And this will actually be more of a dedicated shop seating area. The T4 bench seat is just a temporary measure. Until we find a nice sofa. This is going to be our nice little office setup. Got a number in here, mate. It's coming.
Getting somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that lovely carpet.
Trying to hoover the old people out of it.
No, don't hoover the old people out. That's the best part. It smells delightful in here. It smells like your nan's house. Yeah, also we need to start the light situation because that's just not, it's not the one. So at some point we're going to have to cut some proper lights into here. Make it a little bit nicer. Hide them plugs one way or the other. Yeah, it's all coming along quite nicely. It's Thursday today, so tomorrow, the main plan I think is to just literally blitz through the workshop and clean and sweep and then paint all the floor, go to the pub.
I see why you want to get done then. You know, good time.
Christmas. Red crisis.
I'll have an appetizer.
Appetizer. Poor WestBus. I say poor WestBus, she's fixed now, isn't she? Took a lot of cranking over. The MX-5 jumped it into life.
It did. I was hoping it was going to die, but sadly it didn't. So I've got to still drive it.
Right. I'm probably going to go home now.
Hoover.
Hoover!
I'll still be here in the morning.
Today we're going to talk about shakedown miles. Shakedown miles is a period of time that we have from finishing a build, start driving the build, and then you have some shakedown miles. This usually consists of between 0 and maybe 1,000 miles, where things could go wrong because you've built something from scratch or modified many things. You don't know what's going to break first, or if anything's going to break, when it's going to break. Now, unfortunately for me, we got down. Oh, hang on, this is wrong. We started driving the WestBus here. This was the day of MOT. We drove the WestBus this day. Drove the WestBus this day. Drove the WestBus this day. Drove the WestBus this day, and we drove the WestBus this day. This day, disaster struck. We had fueling issues. So, as you've seen in the previous clips, I broke down and had to get recovered back to the workshop. This was a fueling issue, but the fueling issue led to me turning the van over too many times and we killed the battery. The following day, we found a hole in the fuel pump. See previous clips. We fixed the fuel filter, put a new one on, and we thought everything was fine and dandy. More disaster struck. So, it broke down again 3 more times. So, the first time, Jack came and helped me and brought me a jack and stuff, and we realised I had the fuel lines on the wrong way round when I'd modified the tank and ran longer lines. So we swapped them over, and again, thinking all was good. So I started driving, only to find out 5-10 miles down the road, it then cut out again. So, primed the fuel pump a load of times, and then that filled the filter up with enough fuel to get me another 5-10 miles. And then it happened again. So we pull over, prime the fuel pump a load of times, our fuel filter a load of times, and we get another 5-10 miles. So, the WestBus is broken. Long and short of this story is, I think we need a new fuel pump in the tank. It was definitely a problem that I caused.
Don't we have a spare fuel pump for the tank?
We did have a spare fuel pump. Unfortunately, this week is the lead up to Christmas Day, which is here on the calendar. I hope you can see it. We're painting the floor today. So we've been cleaning, tidying, sorting. So I threw a load of stuff out and the bin got collected on this day here. So the fuel pump, which I need, which I had a spare of, got collected and took away, and the fuel cooler, which I've also later discovered that I need, was also thrown away, resulting in a £540 plus VAT net loss for Chris. So please subscribe, buy a t-shirt, and help me for my many mistakes. This has been the end of your Shakedown Mars Explained. What do you think?
I think you're an idiot.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. We're skirting about. Before Christmas has ended a bit abruptly because I was drinking, so we didn't really do a sign off to say we're out of here. But yeah, we got the floor all painted. I'm just getting around the skateboard at the minute. Still not had my haircut, so I still look like a scruff. Yeah, now I'm gonna start putting things back the way they were. Just give you a quick little tour around. Look at that, it's looking loads better with some paint. Paint the doors black. Jack's had a bit of a rearrange in the shop. Office desk is over there now. Still loads to sort out now. I just got to put everything back to kind of where it was, in a sense. I think I'm going to put that window in the side of this at some point. Well, the wall got moved back, so I made a new nice little bench area for myself. Put some bits on the walls and yeah, nice that up a bit. So we're gonna just finish shuffling this stuff back, get the Land Rover back off, move that, make a mess. So, keep moving. Good morning from my house. Now I did a full explanation of kind of what has gone on with the WestBus pre-Christmas. So I need to put a fill pump on this now because I've damaged that. It's a shame because I had a spare one that came with that stainless steel tank, but I didn't know the condition of it, I trusted it, so I threw it in the bin, and the bins got collected, and then started having these issues. So anyway, it's now, well after Christmas, it's now into New Year, which is when I'm now able to fix it because I was able to finally get a pump. I'll try and stand you up whilst I sort this out, but I haven't got a tripod with me. Anyway, what my plan is, I can't be bothered to check this up and try and get under to drop the tank down and all the rest. So I know the fuel pump, I'm gonna have to move this rock and roll bed. It's a nice rusty rock and roll bed, custom for Dad's Econoline. So I've moved this stuff out of the way. Fuel pump's here somewhere. I'm gonna cut a hole out and make an access hatch. So I'll cut the hole out now. I'll take the pump out. Here's a new one. This is quite jazzy actually. So this is the new fuel pump, which actually has a spare line for if you have a diesel heater, which I thought was quite cool. This was only like 60 quid off eBay. Can't remember what the brand it was. I've got to put my fuel sender on, fuel sender on there. But yeah, so here's a bit of an explanation of it. So yeah, the fuel is supposed to be pulled up through here into this little pump, and it comes off and goes off to that fuel filter that's in there, and then the fuel returns from the engine through here. So yeah, obviously when I had a full tank, it was getting sort of pulled up. Enough was getting pulled up through there, and I think the pump was pushing against obviously the other pump, which was keeping enough pressure in the, well, probably too much pressure in that fuel filter, which is then probably why it got a hole in it. But yeah, now I've swapped them back round. It's obviously able to return perfectly fine, so it's not building up pressure and building up fuel in that filter, and this is then not enough. It's not pumping enough to the filter, which is our theory anyway. I haven't tested it. literally been Christmas. I've been drinking. Sue me. I can't bother to do testing and stuff. I'm just going to cut a hole in the floor, change this pump. It's probably not even going to be the pump. It's bringing me something completely different, but it's worth a try. If it doesn't work, then, or if it doesn't cure it, then I'll just be driving back to the workshop in 5 mile increments today, because I can't do anything here really. Like, I'm lazy nowadays. I like revamp. So I'm gonna start clearing this up, cutting a hole. Do it. Yeah, that poor floor damaged. But I'll swap that over. The old pump seems, yeah, seems slow on priming, doesn't really push a lot out. So yeah, I'll swap that over. I said I decided I'm going to make a plate that basically goes over with a rubber seal on, and like riv nut into this and bolt it down. So that'll all get sorted. For now, I'm just trying to get to work. So I'm just trying to get some charge into the battery, with the jump pack as well. And then we're going to work. Poor WestBus. We made it. Think it's fixed. Drove at about 70-ish the whole way. What have you got?
Churros.
Ah, very good. So yeah, it's probably about 20 miles to work. Yes, it's all dual carriageway, so I made sure I was just booting it as hard as I could everywhere, so that if it was going to break, it did, but it didn't. So we've cured it. So at some point I've got to make a plate to cover that hole, but that's definitely going to be one of those jobs that never gets done, or gets done in time for MOT, or for a sell the van. Wonderful. That wasn't that certainly wasn't the plan for this video, I must admit. This is now stripped down. We've obviously had a shuffle around. Split screen is in its hole in its corner. This is going to need some real sorting out for when we next start using it. As that hard life being run through this crappy weather, and also just driving it in general every single day as a daily. You kind of get lazy. I've been getting lazy going in and out of my driveway, which at the end is a bit of a slope. So I've kind of, I don't know how well you'll see it, I've kind of damaged that sill quite a bit. Sort of been hitting the entrance of the driveway quite hard, so there's a bit of a gap under there now. Yeah, there's seen some things on it. I have been using it as a daily. Don't know if I told anyone about that yet. So yeah, that's the Land Rover. As you saw, finally we got it off of those wheels and put down on the floor, moved some stuff about, and yeah, just carried on sort of sanding this and stripping it and put some sealant around the roof. So we'll now get ready to get some paint on that. So as usual, it's a regular Thursday evening, and we keep breaking down again. So again, still the same issues with fuel. It was mint this morning, drove in and gave it, a good kicking in, decent speeds, pulling away aggressively, so that if it did have a problem, it would show its nasty head. Didn't, drove all the way into work. Fine. Left off this evening, made it 9 miles from the workshop. I was already aiming to go to Tesco's to get fuel anyway, because I knew I had about a quarter of a tank, something like that. Yeah, literally it died on me as I pulled into the forecourt, pretty much. It was sort of on its way out, sort of nearly getting towards Tesco's, died on the forecourt. Primed the pump a load of times, started it, got fuel, filled up, and just been trying to check things to see what else could it possibly be? I mean, give us some theories in the comments, because by the time this releases, I don't know whether it'll be fixed or not. I've checked make sure there's no airlock. Check the airline from the top of the tank back to the filler neck. That's fine, that's clear. My theory now is it's got to be maybe the fuel pump relay. Whether it's just a coincidence that it's broken, or it's sticking, or whether it's because of all this that's happened, whether the pumps pushing against each other, whether it's been working harder and it's blown the relay, or partially damaged it. I don't know. That's probably going to be the next thing I check. What I've done this evening is I'm hopping from lay-by to lay-by, but each time I pull into a new lay-by, I leave it running and I go and take, because I can get to the sender now. I go check the return, fuel's returning, and then pull the one off the pump, and there's fuel going that way. This last section I've just done from the last labour, this one was the longest run I've done. Checked the return and it was slower than it has been, so that means I'm using probably more fuel from the bowl than what the pump is putting into the bowl, which would suggest that maybe the pump isn't man enough, but obviously it's a standard pump, so it should be man enough. Whether it's running it intermittently, which would suggest obviously the relay. I don't know. Like I said, if there's anyone out there that's quite clever with T5s or just fuel systems in general, I actually don't have much of a clue with T5, with diesel fuel systems, not really. Drop a comment, let us know what you think, and I'll carry on trying to fix it anyway. I limp home a couple of lay-bys at a time. Nearly there. Got about 10 miles left to go, so only a couple more stops. Right, morning. It was afternoon now. So I drove in this morning, absolutely fine. Before I left, I checked the battery terminals. The earth was slightly loose, so I tightened the battery terminal up. Could be an issue. The ECU and everything's wired to that. Not sure. Tightened that up. Drove in absolutely fine. Got to work, scanned the codes. There was loads of codes because obviously there's been loads of things going on with it, so clicked the codes. And then I gave it a hammering for about 15 miles. Not a problem. So it could still be the relay. Not sure. Relay is something that I need to check, or I might have cured it with that battery terminal. I'm not sure. What I've done for now is I've wired a little LED lamp to the relay, to the pump, so that, because that pump is supposed to be running all the time. So now when I drive home this evening, if that light turns off at all, I know there's a electrical fault getting to the pump. If it stays on at all times and it still works, then it's all good. If it stays on at all times and then still has an issue, then we know it's nothing to do with the pump. It could be something else. Yeah, this is just one of those things that happens. We've obviously done a lot of work to the van, so it could well be obviously something that we've done, what I've done, should I say. Or it could just be completely unrelated. It could be something completely different. One of the fault codes that did come up was the engine speed sensor, but that cleared. So again, I don't know whether it was on there because the battery had been off, battery had been low, or whatever, or whether that is a problem, whether that's got a intermittent fault. So we're just going to carry on fault finding. Really, it's just one of those things you have to do. Shakedown miles. Oh, really? Well, chaps, the light stayed on, and we had no misfiring or any issues whatsoever. So for now, that's going to conclude that. I'll leave the light on for a bit, try and get through this fuel tank over the coming week. So it might have just been that that battery terminal was loose. Could be as simple as that. This last issue. Obviously the previous issues, you know, were my fault. But yes, the one from last night was a mystery. Hopefully we've sorted it. And I'll keep you updated. But yeah, if you've had similar issues or know of similar issues, just drop a comment below and let me know what you think. So yeah, as you can see, that video didn't go too well. The next video was supposed to be of the WestBus, doing some nice rolling shots and stuff, but we haven't had a good opportunity to do so because it's constantly breaking down. We've still got the fueling issue. It's more uncommon now. It only seems to happen when it's less than half a tank, but still no real pattern to it. It doesn't happen just because it's on less than half a tank, does it? When it's on half a tank, but just randomly. Can't figure out why. Keep pulling the pump out, cleaning it, seems to make it better, but then it happens again, so I don't know whether the pump is still just pulling loads of crap through from the tank. So got another pump on the way from Tom Bollingham. He's just sent me another original fuel pump sender unit. So I'm going to clean that one and put that one in, because you never know, sometimes you get new parts and they're faulty. Yeah, we just got to keep chasing it and see how we go. So hopefully very soon we'll actually get out with the cameras and get some nice videos of the WestBus done. Because I don't think you've all really seen it properly on the move. It's very nice, just the camera doesn't work. But never mind. We shall see you in the next video. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Today we're going to talk about Shakedown.
Bollocks. We're going to talk about shaky bollocks.
Shaky. Today we're going to talk about Shakedown miles.
It doesn't matter how many cuts you have in this bit, it will still work.
Is it your phone or my phone?
Not sure.
Is it? Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Nice.
The fuck are you doing?
He's such a homophobe. Jesus. Tutty pie.
That's a really weird angle. You're like,